My name is Kayla Kimball. I am an Orange Key this year, and I am a junior here at Sam Houston State studying communication studies. And Chelsea, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Washington. I am also a junior here at Sam Houston State. I'm studying mass communications with a focus in film.
Awesome. And Meredith, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Well, hi, everybody. My name is Meredith Conrey. I serve as the Director of Leadership Initiatives here at Sam Houston State, and I am also a student. I'm working on my doctoral degree.
Awesome. That's so awesome. Well, for our interview today, we just have some questions that we would like to ask you about leadership initiatives, and I think that Chelsea is going to get us started with those.
Yes, I am. So for our first question, we just wanted to ask, what opportunities are there for students who may not see themselves as leaders to grow and develop their potential as future leaders on our campus at Sam Houston?
So I really think there's a variety of opportunities across campus for students to grow in leadership. Some that just come to mind are thinking about a student who's seeking out a student employment position on campus, maybe a student who joins a student organization, somebody who decides to engage in research with a faculty member, or maybe somebody who's just choosing to give back to the community through community service. Those are some simple ways that I really think students can grow in leadership on their own. But specifically within our department, we do provide different opportunities for students to grow in leadership in intentional ways. And so we do that specifically through all of our recognized student organizations on campus. Students can also participate in our Emerging Leaders program. And then if they want to engage in a community service aspect, they can join one of our teams and participate with Bearcat Service Breaks. So those are a few of the ways that I really think students can either get involved with us or just get involved broadly on campus to grow as leaders.
Wow, those are great opportunities. So Kayla, if you have the next question, you can go ahead.
Yes. Meredith, what are some opportunities that Leadership Initiative hosts and provides that not many students know about or are aware of?
So we have a new initiative this fall semester that I'm super excited about. We had a team of administrators all over campus working together for several months trying to create something that would be a comprehensive co-curricular experience for students on campus. And what we created is what will ultimately become named the Ultimate Bearcat Society. And so students will have an opportunity to go to OrgLink, which is shsu.edu/OrgLink, and they can either scroll down on the bottom right and find the Ultimate Bearcat path, or they can go up to their profile and find their path in that way. And so the Ultimate Bearcat path is the way that a student will be able to be eligible to be inducted into the society one day, because you have a lot of experiences to complete. And so we figured most of the students on campus are doing things already. They're involved in student organizations. They're going to campus events. They're going to athletic events, and they're doing so much. But what was a way that we could capture all of that involvement to help students really understand, what am I gaining through my experiences outside of the classroom? And so together with this team of individuals from all across campus, we identified several experiences that we feel will help students gain marketable skills to be successful in their future and also to become really well-rounded. And so students who go into the path can be really intentional about how they want to approach their co-curricular experience at Sam Houston. And so once they log in, there's several different domains where the students can identify, I want to grow in career readiness. I want to grow in teamwork. I want to do something with spirit and tradition. And so they can go into those different areas and see which experiences are required and then how many elective experiences are also a part of completion for that area of the path. And when students complete the entire experience, they're going to have an opportunity to be invited to a ceremony where they will be officially inducted as an Ultimate Bearcat on campus. And I have a medal here. Students are going to get a really nice medallion that they're going to wear at graduation.
That's
so
awesome.
It's really kind of bringing full circle all of the different things that you're already doing on campus. So involvement through student organizations, going to career fairs, working on your resume with somebody at the Career Center, attending workshops hosted by the Center for Diversity and Intercultural Affairs, going to an athletic event, all of these things, because we really feel like the intentionality behind that and helping students understand, like, this is a guided path of how you can develop yourself into the ultimate Bearcat, but at the same time in doing so, getting amazing experiences that you're going to be able to talk about in a future job interview with an employer to say, this is how I spent my time outside of class. This is how I grew as a leader, and this is what I can offer to your organization. So we really hope as many students on campus who are interested will get involved, be a part of the path, complete it, and then become inducted into the Ultimate Bearcat Society.
Wow, that's awesome. That sounds like a really, really cool opportunity. I can't wait to look into that. That's awesome.
Yes. So if you had to describe the leadership initiatives, I'm just part of it. If you had to describe the leadership initiatives program in 3 words, what would they be?
Okay. So my go-to words describe our program areas. That's kind of cheating, but I'll say it anyway. So we oversee leadership development on campus, service learning initiatives, and all of the recognized student organizations. But if I kind of had to think outside of the box, like if you're like, oh, what are 3 words besides what you do? I would probably say, let's see, relationships, community, and involvement. I think that's how I would describe our department in 3 words.
Those are great words. Thank you.
How many different organizations are there on campus to choose from? There's a lot, right?
Yeah. So there's over 270 student organizations at Sam Houston, and it grows almost every single month because we have new students or even returning students on campus who want to charter and create a brand new student organization. So throughout the academic year, that number grows. And the goal for us is to work with the students to retain them and to keep them sustainable to where they'll come back each and every single year and be successful on our campus. But again, if a student can't find, something within those 270 that they're interested in, they are welcome to create a brand new student organization at Sam Houston.
That's awesome.
Okay, and for our next question, what has been your favorite moment as Director of Leadership Initiatives so far?
That is a tough question, but it's a good question. Just when I reflect on my work and what brings me the most joy and the most satisfaction are the opportunities when I get to work directly with students. And so the one that comes to mind, I wasn't in a director role. It was when I first came to the university in a program coordinator role, but it was probably the most impactful and the most meaningful experience I've had with a group of students. That year, I had an opportunity to travel with a team of Bearcats to Lake Charles, Louisiana to partner with Habitat for Humanity through our Bearcat Service Break experience. And we built houses all across Lake Charles. And the houses were in several different stages of finishing. And so one day we were installing appliances. One day we were painting outside. We were doing siding. We were doing soffits, working on the roof. It was really impactful and just such a cool experience to spend a whole week outside of work with a group of students, giving back to the community in a unique way. And with the recent hurricane, I just keep having these questions in the back of my head. How are these people? Because we got to meet several of the homeowners as well as individuals who worked in the area. I'm curious, how did their houses fare? How are they? Are they doing okay? Do they need more volunteers to come back? And so I anticipate another trip going out to Lake Charles sometime in the near future, whether it's through Bearcat Service Break or just students in general on campus. I think it's so important to live out the university's motto of a measure of life is service. And so that was an incredible experience, and it's one that I'll never forget.
That's awesome. That sounds super memorable and something that you'll always remember, and them, the students as well, and the people that you impacted. That's awesome. Do you have any advice for freshmen or other students who are looking to get involved on campus but don't know where to start or how to join?
Yeah. So the first thing is everything at the university related to student organizations is housed in a system online. It's called OrgLink. So they can just go to shsu.edu/ORGLINK, and it'll take you right there, which is so cool that it's just at your fingertips. And especially in this digital age with COVID-19 and things needing to be online, it's very, very helpful that students can literally go to that website and searching for events that are happening on campus, finding out about different student organizations that they can join. That's really the first step. The second step would be, if that's not enough for you, connecting with our office, making an appointment to do a Zoom conversation, popping in to chat with one of our student employees, anything like that. We also do table every week in the mall area. We have an event called The Missing Link where students can come talk with our student employees about how to get involved, because we think that peer-to-peer interaction is so helpful and important in that process. And then just in general, start going to things on campus. Find out what the events are. Stay here for the weekend. Start getting involved wherever it is that you are. And that's going to really help you find a way to really spark and start that process of getting involved. Because I know all of our amazing students have so much to give back in our community. And it's a great way to, one, do that, but also get connected to other students.
That's awesome. Thank you.
So since the start of the pandemic, everything has been different around our campus. So how has it affected student organizations? And what is the Office of Leadership Initiatives doing to make sure that students can still be involved, even though we can't really gather in the same ways as before?
So as you can imagine, lots and lots of communication, putting things out to student leaders as well as advisors to make sure that everybody's well informed as to what the university expects of student organizations at this time. And so our number one recommendation and encouragement to all student organizations is to meet virtually whenever possible. And so I would say the majority of our student organizations are doing that. They're working through Zoom, they're using online platforms, all kinds of things to really kind of connect and make sure that they're continuing the great work that they've been doing all along. Safety, as you can imagine, is the number one priority at the university, and so our student organizations have really had to adapt, especially those who choose to host an event in person. They really have to think through safety measures of social distancing, masks, screening, all kinds of things that are needed. But additionally, as a department, we've really been thinking through how can we support our students through this, and how can we still offer the same services that we have provided in the past, but adapt them in a way that makes them safe. So a couple of examples. We hosted a virtual student organizations fair earlier this semester. We have another virtual student organizations fair this Thursday with the Administrators and Organizations Fair, which is a combination and a collaboration with student activities. And so that's a way that students can just log on and come into a Zoom chat and talk with different student orgs to find out what's going on. We've done several town hall meetings with advisors and student leaders just to kind of get out some of the information, but then to answer any questions that students have. And we've been moving all of our trainings online. So our treasurer trainings, our roundtables for different officer positions, anything like that has all been moved online. We still offer one-on-one consultations. We just do them via Zoom or the phone. And then same thing, all of our leadership development programs and our service has also kind of adapted. So if you think about how do we do community service in the middle of COVID-19, some of the things that we have done in our office besides communicating safety measures is how can we adapt? And so our Welcome Week service project was a take and make. So we partnered with an organization called Project Linus, and it's where you make blankets and donate them to children who are ill within the hospital. And so we made kits where students could take it. There was information that they could read about Project Linus to understand who's the organization and the people who are serving. How do I actually complete this project? And then there was a reflection at the end so students could make meaning of their experience engaging in that service project. So we're growing, we're adapting, we're trying new things, and we're being challenged all at the same time, and we know our students are as well, but we're here to support them all the way.
Y'all are awesome. So I have one last question. It's kind of a fun question. And then I think Chelsea has one more after me. But if Sammy the Bearcat was in an organization, which you think that he would join and why?
Oh, that's a great question. When I think about Sammy's a go-getter on campus. And so I think he would try to be a part of every single organization that we had. And we know that's not the best idea for involvement. It's sometimes better to choose intentionally a couple things and go really deep with your leadership and your experience. But honestly, I don't know that Sammy would be able to choose one student organization over another. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he would charter and start a brand new student organization that fosters campus pride and spirit in some way and bring on his own followers because he is such a leader on our campus.
That's a great thought. I never had thought about that. That's cool. Awesome.
Okay, and so for our last question, why is it important for students to make sure that they get involved and stay involved during their time here at Sam Houston?
Yeah, so student involvement is so pivotal to your collegiate experience. And so first of all, just a couple things. It really helps foster a sense of belonging. I can tell you from my own personal experience as a first-year college student way back when, I was homesick. I skipped out and missed the student organizations fair, and I didn't get involved that first semester, and I kind of felt lost. I felt homesick. I didn't feel connected, and so I made it a point my second semester to get involved. And when I did, everything changed. I started making really great friends on campus. I started feeling more purpose outside of the classroom. I could do something beyond just go to class and study, which is also important. But it gave me a way to really see how I could give back within my local community. And so for students who want to get involved on campus, that sense of belonging, I think, is number one. A second thing I really think is it gives students an opportunity to practice leadership in a really safe environment. So I know we're all growing and preparing to graduate and to enter into a great career. Well, there are skills that are going to be needed. They like to call them soft skills, as well as hard skills. But some of the pieces with leadership, how do you lead with a team? How do you have a conversation? How do you give a presentation? Those are all things that you can learn through student organization involvement on campus. And so it's really kind of that collection of experiences through involvement that's going to help you develop those skills and attributes that employers are going to be looking for when you graduate. And so in order to make yourself as marketable as possible, I really think student involvement is the way to really complement your academics into making you fully well-rounded and prepared for that great career opportunity once you graduate from the university.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with us, even if it's over Zoom. We're really appreciative of everything that Leadership Initiatives does for the campus and the students, and we really hope that the student body enjoys this interview to get to hear about all the opportunities that they have. Anyway, Chelsea, do you have anything else?
No, that was pretty much it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to come and talk to us. We really appreciate it. And we're super excited about our new segment, Orange Keys Unlocked. So thank you for being one of our first guests.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.